We're live. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Makers Making Podcast, Deja Vu edition. We're live for the second time this week, and we've got another guest with us tonight. First, I want to go around and introduce everybody else. Of course, we've got the twerking millwright. Everybody hold up your twerking millwrights.
I don't have one.
There's the twerking millwrights. And then we've got Brad, a.k.a. Howi3 Dewit, Jonathan, J. Rabidoo, Canrog, Captain Kern, and tonight's special guest, none other than Misplaced Moose. I'm sure you all know him. If you don't, why not? If you're a member of the Blaster Buddies crew, I assure you, you know his name. You probably have a few of his blasters, actually.
Absolutely.
Welcome to the show.
Ordered one
Glad
today.
to have you. So we'll start off by giving you the stage a little bit. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
All right. I learned how to CAD 4 years ago because I needed to make blaster things happen, and now I've got my very own business. So I'm Misplaced Moose. I run Moose Mod Shop as the sole proprietor, and I design cool ass blasters.
Yeah, you do.
Because I need them to exist, because ADHD in my head makes things need to exist. For the last 3 years now, I've just been, it's been like my primary hobby / sales, side hustle, and it's done me really well. I like designing Nerf stuff, and people keep buying it, so I keep making it. Any questions?
So what was your first thing you're like, okay, I need this Nerf thing. I gotta learn CAD to make this Nerf thing. What was that Nerf thing?
So back, it was 4 years ago, the Zinc 2.0 had just dropped, and Frontline Foam sold me one. It was a kit, and I tried to assemble it, and it shattered when I put it together. Their print quality is shit. So I took it and realized, I had an Ender 3. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe an Ender 3 is good enough to print blasters. And turns out it was. So I printed my own Zinc, and wow, that was pretty cool. It took for freaking ever, but yeah, I made one. And then I made another, and then I realized that this thing wasn't accurate enough, and it really needed a PR. And nobody was designing one, and all the step files were out there, and apparently that's all you needed to get in and start CADing things. So I spent like 8 days trying to figure out how to make rifling show up inside of a tube and make it look kind of cool. And when I was done, I had improved the Zinc significantly. Because I didn't know what I was doing, it became an extra barrel. The FPS on the thing went up, and the accuracy became laser-like. And that's where I got started. I made, and then I started modifying the Zinc and adding like cool hexy grips on it.
Yeah, we got to be careful with those things though on the street.
It's not. It's part of something.
It's a toy, folks. It's a toy.
It's a toy. We don't make weapons here.
Everything here's toys, even the ones that go through drywall. So I made a P-car for the Zinc, and it worked, and it was great. And then I was like, okay, well, I made the Zinc better. Then I made the Zinc longer. Then I made the Zinc shorter. And then I made the Zinc really short. And I started branching out to a system called the B variant caliber, and it was a bolt action. I was starting to screw around with other stuff, but this thing did not have the files I needed. It kept breaking because the designer only ever built one, and it worked for him, and I wanted to make it do something more. I'm using Fusion, by the way. just because that's what's free and available. Free. So I went and had to fix everything about the way the blaster functioned, and so that was the last thing I modded of somebody else's work. I took all of the mods that I had made for that and turned them into the Moustache one, which is the black and yellow one back here, as my first printed blaster. After all the work that I had done before and the parts that I had on hand, it took me 9 days between a drawing in CAD and a working prototype. I handed the prototype off to some other people, and they said, "This is great, this is perfect, no need to change anything." And so that's basically prototype 1 became the end result. From there, I needed to just keep designing new stuff, and that led to the Moustache 2, which I know Shrimp Father is enjoying these days. I started, so I took once I had, so while I'm doing this, I'm starting up a business. I started by selling zinc hardware that I was buying from the creator, and the creator bailed out of the hobby, and that was no longer going to become available. So I had to design. I was like, okay, I can buy this stuff for a lot of money from RoboMan, which I did, but I also need something that I know that I will always be able to have the hardware for, and that's when I designed the the red pistol back there, the blue one up there. There's multiples. There's 18 different variants of it now. I took that concept and just I was like, okay, well, what if I had all the internals for this mapped out and just made extra stuff on top of it? So I made a cutting tool for it, which doesn't exist for every blaster, but a good chunk of my blasters you can just CAD around it, around the tools that cut all the internals. And then all you have to do is buy the hardware for whatever you just made, and you've got your own cool thing. I like being able to hand that to the creator community.
I agree. That's amazing. That's awesome.
So you're self-taught on CAD?
I have no idea how to do the things that I do, except that I make them happen. I don't do anything correctly. I know that. Dimensioning a sketch.
I would disagree on that one. If it gets you the result that you need, you're doing it correctly.
Yeah.
I make results happen. I make them happen quickly, because if I don't get sleep.
Yeah.
I get in design mode, and that design is the only thing that's in my head, and it needs to get out of my head as fast as possible, because it will wreck my life while I'm in design process.
Yeah.
I agree with that 100%. I feel the exact same way, sir. That's amazing.
That's how I started too. Just I had to get stuff out of my head. If I didn't do it, I didn't sleep at all.
So thank you for coming to my ADHD seminar. I were discussing focus and blasters in general, I guess.
I know that your blasters are most of the reason that the Shrimp Father here has started doing CAD as well.
Oh, nice. I will be willing to help. Any CAD questions you've got, the answers might disturb you if you actually knew what you're doing. But that's, this community with Nerf in general, we started doing this with free files, and for the most part, everybody has followed suit. And it is because we are offering these files out there for free. Here's how I built it. Here's what it looks. Here's everything about it in a step file. Do what you want to with it. It has allowed people to, like me, to iterate on other people's work and then finally learn how to do what I want to do with it. And that kind of openness in the Nerf community is something I want to perpetuate, and I've been perpetuating. Now, that being said, obviously there's some monetary gain to be had there, simply because I'm probably the only one selling the hardware with one or two exceptions at this point. You design it and do whatever you want with the files. I don't have to print the damn thing. You print it. I'll just give you the pieces because I don't have time for that. I got a real job on the side,
Yeah. That's one of the cool. So it's one of my favorite things that you do. This, you include in your files a slice, a cutting tool for Fusion, so that you can take and like Bill right here loves to design stuff over in Tinkercad. He can design something in Tinkercad, take that file, drop it into Fusion, drop your cutting tool on top of it, and bada bing, bada boom, his Tinkercad file is now a 31K.
And those of you who actually know what you're talking about, what we're discussing here is Boolean objects that just are the internal negative space of whatever we're trying to build. So it's it's basically you build a solid and then some Boolean operations later, and you've got results that hardware can go into.
Yeah.
I just call it a cutting tool because that's how I imagine it in my head.
Yeah, it's void space. It's perfect.
That's
brilliant.
The technique I've been using for air ducts for years. I build the inside first as like a buck, and then I'll CAD something around that and just Boolean perfect air duct.
Once you know where the bits need to go and where all the screws need to be, the rest is just cosmetics, and the cosmetics are usually the easy part once you know how it works.
Yeah. I don't know how it works yet, but we'll get there. We're trying to find a good file to do the Peacekeeper from Judge Dredd.
Yep.
Elk can do that.
Lawbringer, you mean?
That's
Lawbringer.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I'm doing. I want to do it with the 31KL.
L or M should pull that off. I mean, it's flat. It's very flat surfaces. I just haven't got to it because it didn't interest me like nearly as much as like Rat King did, because that thing is so weird.
I just did a Helsing.
Nice.
So, of all of your builds and design/builds, what has been your favorite one?
I'm going to have to go with the Mustache one. Being the first is one thing, but because my design criteria was just it needs to work, it is simple. It does what it needs to do with very few somewhat expensive parts. And still, even 3 years later, it's taken a beating and still works great. I believe that is, answering today, is my favorite one that I have made as a completed build. That being said, Greg is kind of up there.
Now, which one? Big Greg that you did with Evan, or the Mammoth Greg?
Oh, Mammoth Greg was, you caught me just as at the tip. This will probably work because I'm going to do it baseball style, so it's not like one thing.
I love the finish, by the way.
Yeah.
That's not going to deal with any sensors.
It's so big, it's knocking everything over.
Just a completely unrelated question. This has nothing to do with anything. Do you sell kits in Europe?
I do.
Hey.
Now, getting it there is a pain in the ass, but I will send anything anywhere, so long as you know that customs might grab that or anything. So I ship stuff around the shop because Shopify has no freaking clue what size of box anything goes into. Even when I try to tell it, like it would try to ship darts in 4-foot long boxes. And imagine that, like okay, yeah, I'm going to send you a 3-foot long gray kit in a filament box, and I assure you that it's not going to get the shipping right. So I manage that. All that is just request what you want, send me a message, send me an email, either on Discord or just my Gmail. It's all on the shop. So
I'll have a look.
I will send things. You will pay for whatever the shipping is, and you will eat it if customs steals your blaster for whatever reason. But I will ship it anywhere you want me to.
The custom hasn't been the biggest issue for me. It's mostly the cost.
It's probably going to be easier shipping something to like Canrog where it's just hardware versus like somebody ordering
hardware.
a finished blaster. Because
Oh yeah.
because with it just being hardware, it's like, well, it's a couple tubes and a couple metal bars. This could be
Use
anything.
springs, yep.
Yeah. If you keep,
I think
keep
the coolest thing,
language
because
and the
you-
packaging simple. If you just, don't write gun parts in.
Everything goes out with the description of toy repair parts.
Yeah, that works.
That's what it is.
That works.
But that's what it is, right? Like,
Yeah.
It definitely is toy parts.
I stole that from Gavin Fuzzy Blasters when I saw that on their import. It's like, oh, that's perfect. I'm stealing that.
Because it's likely to get through without too much of a problem, I have a feeling.
Probably less trouble in customs than a box that says moose droppings.
Good one, Brad.
My first experience sending stuff overseas was trying to get a zinc. Well, like I built the 245 FPS zinc, like a pistol this big, that is like, this is doing things that no other pistol can do. And I really wanted Bradley Phillips to have it because he's got me into the hobby by shooting in a trash can 6 years ago with his Caliburn. Like, wow, that's pretty cool. You can make darts go where you want them. That's neat. But I sent it to him in two $30 packages with the slide and the frame in completely different boxes, so that it would not look exactly like a gun. And then I put a bunch of darts in with the frame so that it was clearly obvious that this was a toy, and it did make it through. Australia is the hardest place to break into because if it looks like a gun, their customs is just going to destroy it.
Yep.
I built a Talon Claw 4 just for the retro factor.
well, the exciting part, I think, because of the new process and using a negative space tooling, right? You can take that and now take, for example, cosplay and do internal guts with it. Like, I have my own, I do like 40K stuff, but there is other sort of cosplay stuff that do launchers of some sort, and you could just put your negative space like cut inside that, and I think that's really, really awesome.
Like, say, a bolter.
Bolter, plasma pistol. There's a bunch of anime stuff out there that you can do, and I think that's you and I are gonna definitely have to have a talk, because there's the ability that you're so open with these ideas and you're so flexible, and the fact that you're like, hey, if I have a problem, come talk to me. That's just magic. Like, that's real magic, and it's really cool to see or to hear, because I'm self-taught CAD, to hear that from you. Because that's very much my approach to a lot of this stuff, is like, the fan base is what makes it worth doing, so you might as well just do it, right? I think that's a really cool system.
I mean, giving to this community what it's given to me, I've got this cool new tool and this cool new hobby that is eating every aspect of my life. But I mean, it's cool that I can just hand these things off to other people and watch them smile about it when they get to shoot it.
So the 31K was 100% your scratch design, right? So you made the magazines for it with the drum springs.
In that case, I took what another designer out there by the name of Red Cowl had created, what he called his compound magazine, which was designed to fit in a Diana, a Nightingale, or a Fire Rat. And I took his, and he's like, with understanding that I'm just going to use this, and we're gonna run with that. And I did not want to create a new magazine standard, which sounds so damn ironic right now. But I did not want to make something brand new. This thing will work in several other blasters. And now, apparently, from the looks of it, 40 Max AIT has taken that exact magazine and started making it in polycarb, and they're calling them Nightingales. So it was.
I want one of those blasters so bad. Those brushless 40 Max ones.
They look really cool. They're sending me one to do a review on, which blows my mind. It's like I got a channel with almost 1,000 subscribers, probably people like you who just subscribe because I was building stuff, and they want me to review it. And okay, well, I guess I can do that. I can figure out how that works.
Yeah, but you're a voice in the community.
Yeah.
That's true.
Right? So it's one of those things where sometimes size doesn't matter, right? Like, speaking of which, Phil.
How you doing, sir?
See if you are you on your phone and you still haven't figured out how to turn the audio on?
No, he knows the audio's not working this way.
Maybe his harness isn't working correctly to keep him tied to the ground, you know, because Australia, they fly off, they got to wear a harness, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, pro streamer.
Pro streamer right there. So, Moose, if I can, and you don't have to, but in your experience, because I'm assuming you've used many different manufacturers for material, is there a particular couple or single material manufacturer that stands out to you to make them with? And is there like your ideal machine for manufacturing? Like, are you able to talk about that or no?
I mean, a good chunk of what I'm getting is McMaster from MasterCar. I mean, just,
no, I meant more the material side for the manufacturing. So like the FDM components or FFF components.
Oh, as in like what I actually print on.
Yes,
everything
sir.
Everything I own is bamboo. Just because I started with an Ender 3, like I said, and I got a couple of those going for a while. When I went pro, like I needed to have better quality, so I got a Prusa Mark III, and then I started seeing prices on a P1S, and I downloaded the slicer and went, oh my god, this thing can actually print one of these Moose ones in 12 hours instead of 36. We need to get that. And I just kept buying the same printer over and over again. I did get an A1 just because it's going to handle TPU better. And TPU is used a lot in the small impact parts on my blasters. So I after having wrecked one of my P1S extruders with some bad TPU, I'm like, I'm not going to do that again, and ended up like, here's a bed slinger that slings stuff over the top and it's easy, and then we'll just go back to that.
And then as for material, what is your what brand of material like kind of strikes? Like if you don't want to say, that's fine.
Oh no. I hype this prep all the time. CC3D PLA Max Pro. It is cheap. It is tough. It is orange. They have a great orange. I used the hell out of that. During the haul sale a couple days ago, I bought 55
I just did too.
spools of the stuff because that runs my shop. Every orange piece of anything that you see that is going to take impact, anything that is any plunger that is in my hardware kit would be printed in this because I trust it, and it is cheap and it works. It doesn't flex. It takes abuse beautifully, and for being that cheap, it should not. I mean, it's just great stuff, and it was just on sale for like $8 a roll.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was like $6
I bought
a
4
roll.
rolls.
Yeah, I did too. I bought a few.
In terms of the secondary material that I'll use just for color purposes and because it'll print a little more shiny is eSun PLA Plus. When I'm
just jumping in to say my audio does work, Alex. It's stormy here and I didn't want you guys getting wind noise.
I'll do eSun PLA Plus for for shiny purposes because they have a really nice dark blue. Their white is great for inlay, but useless for anything else. And then if I do stuff in ABS, I've kind of just leveled out on Flash Forge Pro.
That one right there, the eSun PLA Plus dark blue.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
The Greg over here that I just did the thing with, that's eSun PLA Plus dark blue and CC3D white for the hexes. So yeah, I do have a favorite, and I buy it in quantity when I can.
Yeah, I picked up 2 rolls of the orange when they had their haul thing going on the other day. You posted a link to it. This is kind of what I print plungers out of.
Yeah, I picked up a bunch of rolls of basic colors.
I'm pretty sure that the Nerf community in general, largely because of my recommendation, wiped them completely out of orange.
Oh yeah. I went back last night to see if, and it wasn't even in haul anymore. But when I went on and clicked, it wasn't even available in orange for like full sale price.
The only thing they had left this morning was gray, and I may have bought the last couple of those.
All right, guys, I gotta go do official stuff. I'll catch you guys later.
Be safe,
See you
sir.
later.
Be safe.
Thanks for dropping by.
I believe he's doing a run, some kind of a running event this evening. Well, I think it's morning over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be about 12 hours difference. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
on Fridays he does like I think he's in a running club. He lives in Australia, so you got to practice. The wildlife over there, it'll get you if you don't stay in shape and you can't run, and with, well, we won't go into it, but there's no way for them to protect themselves.
Well, standard disclaimer, you ever see me running, you should run too, because something went very poorly.
RJ, Bob, how's it going?
Well, thank you for having me in. It's going pretty good.
Bobby!
RJ's forehead.
That's a groovy hairline there, RJ.
So, Moose, what is your inspiration when designing a blaster? Like, do you go and say, "Hey, I want to do a clone of something I've seen in media," or do you just come like straight from thought? Like, for example, a lot of your formats fit to the Halo setting very well. Is there any sort of whatever, right?
Inspiration.
The inspirations generally are coming from, like, I'll see something on Forgotten Weapons, or like the Moose 1XL. I saw the new Barrett 30mm grenade launcher, and I was going, I can design around that in about 2 hours and make this into that. Sometimes I'll see stuff on, Halo. Definitely the sci-fi bear was kind of based on the Halo focus rifle and a Zentradi battle cruiser from Robotech.
Yeah. I love me some Robotech, man.
I thought that it looked familiar.
I was like, this whole bulbous thing with the like biomechanical kind of thing going on. Greg was the Mammoth Greg looks like it does because I started out with a hexagon with a grip attached to it as the base. That was what Evan handed me, and it's like, okay, this works. So I made a cutting tool, and then I designed, like, I pictured like this is like a giant rail gun. So I made a giant rail gun around it.
Yeah.
And that was entirely like me and probably a few pictures online of sci-fi looking sniper rifles, and it doesn't really go to anything else that I know of, but I've heard it described as 5 or 6 different things that already exist. So I'm Where
Well,
have
I know the Warframe community is like big, really big, and they've dogged me about a couple of times about doing some Warframe cosplay, and I just ever since I was just at a show called Midwest Rep Rap and talking to people and wanting conversions to either light up or be more animated, and then of course I'm sitting across from 3D&T, and then Alex from ProjectsInDadsGarage comes by, and he has to hand over a blaster to me, of course, right? He says, "Oh, Maker, we're going to the event. I'll bring you something little so you don't get too deep into the hobby. You're not too interested." And then no, he brings me like an ACR basically. And he says, "Oh well, like just hold on to this for me. I gotta put it somewhere, so I'll put it at your booth." Yeah, that is not what occurred, Alex. I see you. So
I kept telling him I was going to bring him one of Lidl's first mates.
Oh.
I told him it was the noisy cricket.
I mean, you want noisy cricket? I can do 150 FPS at this big.
Listen, I don't need any more help to get into your work already. It's hard enough to say no as is, okay?
I just want you to know that if you build it, most of us will buy it.
That's true.
I get that, and that's what I appreciate about your little community here is you showed all these people with cool ass printers that there's something neat that they can print that they didn't know it existed, and it all just happens to map to my shop now.
Yeah.
I would absolutely give you a tour of the collection if this wasn't live on YouTube.
Yeah. So for a while I was like trying to figure out how I was going to build because once the channel got monetized, it was no longer worth the risk to do live streams of builds directly onto YouTube. But I can upload a video fine. So I tried doing them on Discord and like Discord Hangouts, recording it and then uploading it. Now I've just decided that I'm going to stream them on Twitch, record them, and upload the VOD to YouTube. It gives me a window into potentially starting a more serious Twitch channel. And if Twitch decides that they don't like me, it's no skin off my back. It
doesn't hit your monetization center here.
I was telling Bob chat over here that his vending machines over there need candy.
Oh, I'll get
I
some
don't
candy.
need to eat the candy.
I got candy.
Is that what it was full this morning, wasn't it, Bob?
It has been full, and
there's no
unfortunately, I ate a
judgment.
lot of it.
I would do the same thing.
We have emptied the candy machines before. That's why they're sitting back here empty right now.
See, I would just put bamboo AMS poop in those and just call it a day. Decoration at that point.
Actually, the coolest thing that I've ever been a part of with the Purge is using clear Christmas ornaments and filling them with filament. That is probably one of the coolest ideas I've ever heard of.
I know of a Norwegian influencer that has a real retro, like vintage candy machine with the balls in it, but she puts her medication in there.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So she has to use it every day.
Now,
Ever since I saw
candy
that, I'm like,
machine from the
I
1940s
might want to do that.
that we're going to put prints in.
I need a Xanax dispenser, just
This is my my recent one.
Oh, absolutely. The
emergency
Christmas
break
ornament thing was
glass.
not my idea. That was a good idea, though.
That's funny.
With the Hank Hill W40 inside of it.
Sure was.
Yes, you can open
I
the
love
lid.
that. Yeah, you don't have to break it. That's just acetate.
Yeah, I can't show all the cool stuff that I've.
I know.
So much.
Yeah. Let's see if the camera has it.
I know, because I would love to show you that the 31K that I just made.
Yeah, it's a tough one for all of us. I assure
Yeah.
you, we all want to show off our cool toys.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't matter what toys it is, right? Whether it's blasters or printer builds or death racers or dragsters. When you make something, you want to show it
camera.
off.
Yeah, mine are just two firearm shaped.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have a question
Okay.
for the Moose. What would be your best tip for someone who has never built a printed blaster before? Like, they have a printer, but they haven't built a blaster, specifically blaster. Like, if they've built Vorons or other like maker stuff. So they're used to using a printer, and they have all the tools, but they've never built a blaster. Where do you start? Like, what's the first thing that you should Google or?
I would start with anything by Lethal Dynamics. Mostly because for most of his stuff, all you really need to do is buy some bungee cord, and you have the hardware you need to print whatever he's got. That's an opening bid right there. You can just buy some bungee cord, throw your printer at it, and he's got some really cool stuff. And the files, while not free because that's the only way he makes money, are easy to work around. And he's got stuff that's amazingly powerful and extremely complex, down to a first mate, which is like 6 printed parts. All the pins are plastic. All the internals are printed. You just need something springy to make it go.
You can get any blaster you want as long as it's named after a fish.
Can you see if you see my blue vape?
What was that?
I was asking the old lady to see if she could find my vape.
Oh. After that, okay, I want to make something amazing, powerful, with real hardware inside of it. For my shop, I tell them to build an elk, just because it's reasonably priced. Ontos, way up there too, because the hardware is cheap and what you can do with it is spectacular. By the way, Alex, you are building the double stack version of one of those, right?
Of one of what?
An Ontos. There's a mod.
I know there is. So
I saw it today.
I might use. So for those that don't know in the audience, there's a video series coming up sponsored by Out of Darts and Polymaker, where I'm going to be taking 3 Ontos and testing them with different materials to see, what holds up, what fails, and why. So Out of Darts sent me 3 identical kits. I'm probably, what I might do is after the build thing is take and rip one of them apart and rebuild it as the double stack one. But for the purpose of the video, I want them all to be built with the same files, even if they're built with different filament. Just for making sure that everything is the same with the exception of the filament.
Sweet bench made. Or sweet bench testing. Yeah, it's a good idea.
How much testing are you going to have to do? Because even a PLA basically should handle that for.
Oh, PLA. Well, we'll get it. We'll. So you'll have to wait for the video. I
have to tune
in. Yes, I don't want to spoil it all.
2 walls, grid infill, go.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
No.
Is the layer orientation versus the pressures, the amount of infill and walls.
That stuff I'm really comfortable with.
Yeah. And, worst comes to worst, if you end up with one of Moose's, he's got 3MF files for most of them. If not all of them at this point. Maybe not all the variants for 31Ks, but if not, just do like everybody else does and go, hey, Alex, can I get a 3MF for this? And I sit down, grab all the parts you need, modify all the settings, set it to whatever printer it is you own so that when you import it, you don't have to mess with anything. It just poof, you're ready to go.
Yeah.
I bet that 31K has more variants than any other blaster out there.
Potentially.
So we can now just email Alex for all of our slicing needs.
I guess we
Call it
can.
Alex Slicer. Email based.
Please check my GitHub for print profiles and filament profiles first.
Can you
Don't
move this
find it
one
there.
3 inches right for me?
See, I was just gonna send you all my files from now on. Let me slice them.
Yeah, you can do my slicing for me, dude.
What are you doing, Ken?
I got to release like 6 models this week. You can do my slicing.
So the reason why I do it, right, is that one, depending on what blaster you're working with, if something fails, you could get hurt. And I don't want to see people get hurt because they just didn't know, right? So I like to get people started off on the right foot in the hobby, and I don't want them to have a bad experience their first go around.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, poorly assembled, a Zinc had a really bad tendency of launching a plunger straight at the user's face if you did it wrong enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of the risky things about like blasters that have turnarounds is the direction that it fires.
And that's why I give you the plunger and some TPU already in your kit, so I know you're not going to kill
Oh, I want to verify this. Roboman's Moose Nuts. 30 Moose-1, it's usable on that, right?
Correct. It was originally designed for that. I've realized it's overkill for what I was doing, and now I've moved on to PPA-CF for a while. Just small bits. These hold up. From there, like you see in Bear, I've got some laser cut aluminum washers that are exactly the right size and not expensive and do the job just as fine. All you need is a surface that doesn't erode fast. And the Moose Nuts were trying to work around, just a materials thing, and Roboman was like, you could just take that whole back end and aluminumify it and sell them for $7 a piece. Okay.
Well, I ordered 2 because I put 1 in the Mammoth, and I knew that at some point I was going to do one of the Mooses, whether it was a -1, so I was like, I'm paying shipping, I might as well just order 2 of them.
He helped me around the design on that, and it worked pretty good. It worked great. It worked, but it's so overkill for what I'm asking it to do. Even on, my Greg is running a PPA-CF catch surface for hundreds of shots, and it hasn't eroded. When those go away, I'm going to start. I need to show people. Show people how to make the new plunger catch because it'll be a couple new parts. Moose Nuts are great for several different builds, and they're primarily for people who are build this style of plunger because it's not an uncommon thing to just have a long plunger with a catch fit surface at the back of it. So it opens up other people who would want to design around it.
Yeah, because it's used in both of the Moose -1 and -2, the Big Greg and the Mammoth Greg, right?
-2 does not use that type of plunger system. -2 is you having built Bison. Bison is a scaled down -2.
Okay.
So it's
I'm getting ready to rebuild that one. Low filament, I printed that one in.
The fact that that was one of your first builds is mind-boggling to me because I had just. So one of my innovations is double stack Nerf mags, and that was my first foray into making that work. Was Bison, and then you jump in and buy a hardware kit because you just show up. It's like now you're bleeding edge testing out.
No, my first one. So I built a the first build I did was Goblin, and then Shoeless Historian's Crush, and then the Mammoth.
Okay. That's right. I forgot you got a great. That's a great. Like, let's just skip to the end, and here's the end of Nerf right here.
I did the same thing with 3D printers. I bought an Ender 3, and a week later ordered a Voron.
Do you have issues? Because I've sort of toyed with the idea. The lips on the mags. Do you have issues with the lips on the mags breaking? Like, you're using PLA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what PLA am I using is the question, and in general, I'm going to say that on elk, especially the way it's been printed, the feed lips have some weaknesses to them. Don't drop them, especially since all the layer lines lined up.
Yeah.
In future builds, I've learned that I print my straight mags at an angle to give the.
Then you're offsetting the layer line. Yeah.
So some of the elk mags definitely have weak feed lips. The fact that Lightingales are coming out, I'm calling that a good thing, because the durability can be there where I can't necessarily get that in print form. There are variants of that mag that do print horizontal with supports, but in terms of like all the clean out that I would have to do for all the bridging that comes out of across the top, it's not something I want to deal with on the scale that I'm printing these things at.
Do you ever use like
on a magazine? Wouldn't that solve some of your problems?
What's that?
Would a resin printed magazine solve some of your problems?
There's no resin that I know of that's up to the challenge of that kind of abuse. Maybe that's changed since I last looked. And I would absolutely love to see some clear resin mags and see how those perform.
there is now ABS-like. That's like the term they're using. ABS-like resins available. That's what I thought. I was, because I'm taking a gander, right? But I thought, yeah, like a lot of the components that you're making could be resin manufactured. I just curious at the different sort of mixed materials you're using, things like that, you know?
Sounds like a sign for me to reach out to Soraya Tech.
Yep.
Formlabs, send me one of your sintered nylon printers. We'll test it.
I'm curious how well my V cars would do on a resin printer, just because, I mean, the latest design has printed. It's a printed P car with B car elements. By the way, I started with that zinc analogy. When I heard of how the Akasha worked with a printed P car and a B car section, I took the P car that I made for the zinc as my opening bid to start this, because it worked, and even though I didn't know what I was doing. And then I took the B car and made it wrong because bearings are put in backwards. But you don't know what you're doing. You can do all sorts of crazy stuff that somehow works. But something like this out of resin probably have a lot higher quality and a lot higher, different from print to print variation going for it. I'm curious how the lock sleeve would work on that. But if it's up to the challenge, it might be time for me to go try out resin printing for once. I've got it can smell bad all day. I don't care.
I gotta try that B car. I tried the one that Perry did, the shear force, and I may have gone too aggressive with it because it was eating darts coming out of the. What did I put that on? I put it on something that was stupid. Ontos. I tried it on Ontos. And the Ontos I built has the highest FPS spring you could put in it, and it was just eating those darts. It would come out, and it looked like it had rifling cut into the Nerf dart. Yeah, the front end of it was just mushroomed out like a I was like, what is going on?
When your dart comes out of the end like confetti.
Yeah. When it looks like a hollow point, it's not right.
That's kind of a problem.
It's really hard to tell, but I mean, trying to do as much as I can with as few bearings as I can. The bearings grab the dart in two different places because I leaned the whole thing over. And while this isn't shredding darts, it's got some pretty good
Twist, yeah.
Yeah, I can twist the B-car from using a dart somehow.
I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of resin because is some downsides to it. But I think in the case of your mag and possibly what your I guess rifling setup there, for an explanation, I think in those cases the resin would actually be superior. Now it would also be brittle, I think, in most of the stuff I've seen, even the engineering.
Some of the ABS is shock resistant. That I agree with what you're saying. It'd be relative to overexposure and things like that. But the ABS that's coming out and I've seen they're doing miniatures with it that don't shatter, right? And that's a big deal. And we're talking D&D. We're not talking upscale. We're talking D&D 25 mil miniatures with little swords and stuff, and they're not shattering on drop. And I think that's again, you could overexpose and whiten and over catalyst the material. But it's definitely that's one of the things that I've always been curious about.
Any material that I use needs to be capable of controlling and accepting extreme levels of violence.
Huge shock load.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is where you learn that gyroid is not the be-all end-all of infill.
Oh God, no. Not at all.
There's a reason why all that internal stress is a good thing and not a bad thing when you beat the crap out of it. But yeah, the material has to hold up to violence, and I'm probably the worst about how much violence I expect out of my materials, which is again why I include the materials in my hardware kits. Magazines need to be able to take some beating. Controlled chaos. Okay, yeah, fine.
Well, resin's got a superior ability to withstand some abuse in different directions than what it's all resin, but the UV resin will withstand violence in a different direction. For your magazines, I think it would definitely solve your issue. Now,
Because there's no layers.
The layer lines would be in a different manner. So
they're 45, right? I think it's 45 or 33. Because remember, resin is never printed in the vertical, right? It's always printed on an offset. I'm not sure what that internal arc is that you can do at max. The other question was, of course, so I see that you've got metal springs. Have you ever tried TPU springs or anything like that?
No. How would that work? TPU from Mike's perspective is a very rubbery, doesn't want to return, return slowly kind of thing.
The TPU would be like a bungee cord. ABS you could theoretically do a spring, but will it hold up long term? I don't know on that type of abuse.
Yeah. Answer is no. I'm not using any material.
At least you're honest, right? At least you're honest.
I sell these things for $1 a piece, and they work beautifully on every type of magazine that I've ever made. From this to this, only takes one.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Having built a lot of different mags and trying some of the compliant mechanism springs, they don't like to come back to where they started. Especially not after several cycles. And if it's under compression for just an instant, that's fine. But you load up a bunch of mags at the beginning of your day, and then it's sitting in a plate carrier all day long, and then you fire, 10 hours later, you might not get the last, 2 or 3 rounds out of your mag.
Yeah, you're getting that compression, the non-spring return compression, yeah.
Yeah.
And with one of these, with the drum spring in it, because of how the double stack mag allows like the weight to be transferred around, I can load one of these up a month ahead and it will still function.
Wow.
Wow.
Now,
Wow.
the darts are a little bit flat on one side. There are two sides, and they don't
Yeah.
quite have the FPS anymore, but they'll feed. That's better than your like typical Talon with compression spring. The constant force springs are just amazing, and I can make these, arbitrarily long or short with just a spring that I sell for $1.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't buy them for $1, but I sell them for $1. And if that's all the hardware you need to make one of these brand new bleeding edge magazines work, why would I use anything else?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
very
the
good
other
point.
nice
A lot
thing
of us-
about those springs too. For the drum mag, like you said, it's a constant force spring, so it doesn't matter whether you have one dart in there or 50. It still has the same amount of force on the dart. So, like the Talon springs, where it's compressing at every dart that goes in there, means that the darts are under more and more pressure and compress more. Where with these, you don't have that issue. I wish that the commercial mags would go over to the drum mag springs.
The Lightingales do.
Ooh,
The
40max is doing it right.
I'll need to look at it, but they look like a 1-for-1 copy of the Elk mags, which is great. I'm not gonna to be mad about them because I used somebody else's work and they're using mine. If it helps the community, so be it. I don't care. Copy my stuff, make cooler things out of it. I don't care. That's that's where I am as a maker right now.
Which is so awesome because I get so tired of having to have this podcast talking about companies that go about it the complete opposite way.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find your link on printables so I can put it in chat.
Well, copy
there
work is
any
different than
advice?
feeling work too. Yeah.
Most of his stuff is through Google Doc links.
Yeah.
It's
Or
not up
Google
on
Drive
printables.
links.
Yeah, Google Drive.
Mostly because I'm linking it from my site, and if I find something that's busted, I can come back and fix it instantly. It's like, hey, here's the new file, and I don't have to go fix it everywhere else.
Yeah, you're the
Check
reason
side
why
chat
I
out.
have to continue to pay for 100 gigabytes of Google Drive storage.
This hobby, it makes you do things.
Truth.
So what do we got?
Oh, I forgot. I'm already following you. Yeah, I thought so. I'm just trying to find you on printables so people can see your work. That's all.
Okay.
Millwright, say something in chat.
It's there we go.
In chat.
And that's like 20% of what I
thank you.
built.
Yeah.
Just because I needed an external place to put some of this stuff.
Yeah, just trying to get that, because again, I understand that you're an independent creator. I understand you've got your process, but just trying to get people being able to see what some of the practical, because it's nice to see the stuff on the wall. But I'm now looking at your new double stack mags and things like that. It's pretty wild, and I think you deserve that attention, right?
I am now. I mean, I tried not to. When I started, it was like I don't want to make a brand new magazine format, and since then I have invented half-length mega, 70 millimeter 30 MXL, and double stacks, which are all completely proprietary. Nobody else has built anything that works with this because I needed it to exist. It needed to.
Yeah, it has to be a thing. I follow.
Oh man, it's almost 7 o'clock. I don't have too much time left for you guys. I need to get to bed because I have Nerf tomorrow morning, and still haven't loaded up the car with all the stuff I need to take.
I love it.
Before you go, one, does anybody have anything important to ask in chat?
Bring it.
And number two, go ahead and plug your website, all your social stuff.
right now, you can find me in Misplaced Moose on YouTube. My website is moosemodshop.com, all smashed together. And you can find the link to my Discord there, where I am apparently always active, answering questions, filling orders, showing people what I'm working on this week. For the time being, you caught me just at the tail end. I'm taking a break from the shop for a month, so anything you order right now isn't coming until August. I apologize for that, but I need some time to de-stress and not make my hobby my entire life for a few minutes.
Yes, you should.
We need to push your YouTube. You're sub 1,000. We need to get that number up. Your work is outstanding, and your attitude is unbelievable.
It blows me away that 1,000 people think that this crap that I put out is worth watching. I mean, Alex has had to help me immensely just with trying to get videos done, because I don't edit stuff. I just do it in one take, and if that better work.
Oh, I understand. Oh, I get that.
I have fun doing it. I got to watch the video anyway to learn how to assemble the blaster anyhow. So.
Yeah, good point. You're intimately attached to it. Any other questions?
The bear one, it gave me something to do on the bus ride home from Murph.
Yeah. Also, make sure to send me a link about the thing going on in Irving. I was not aware of that. And a $100 table to sell 3D printed stuff to a bunch of nerds. I'm on board with that.
Yeah, Jonathan.
I can take care of that. I would do that.
Cool.
Yeah.
But that's all. If any other questions? I'll hang for a minute, but otherwise, I'm out.
Okay, I have one question. Which one should I do first, the Zinc or the 31K?
Zincs do not like to be printed. They do not like to be built, and they barely enjoy existence. They were printed by somebody who ever only wanted to build like 3 of them, which I will admit is a thing in this hobby where the designers aren't building it to be built. They're building it for themselves and then handing it off to everybody else and saying, well, here's what I did and it worked. The Zinc is a goddamn nightmare, and I hated it so much. I handed it to a friend of mine locally to handle all the prints and the hardware, because the hardware itself is a pain in the ass. And he gave up on it, even after making a bunch of money doing it, because he hated it so much. The Zinc is not friendly to anybody at any time until it is built and worked in, and it stops slam firing, and the slide actually moves without it being hit with a hammer. It is not friendly at all. Build and help. They're easy. They're cheaper, and the hardware is like sold by Out of Darts, and you can go get it right now, and they will send it to you, and then you can have 17, 19 different pistols to choose from on what you want it to look like. The base model's great. Everything else is, I know that some of it's like, well, the anime kids really didn't, the anime person really didn't have a trouble holding this, but you might.
So another option for the 31K, for those amongst us, you're going to need filament to print it. If you order your 31K kit from Howi3 along with the filament to print it, and the filament is ambrosia, it ships free, and the kit is from Out of Darts anyway.
Yep.
Do it. And when Howi3 buys them, then I get paid some money anyway, just because it exists.
So it makes it out for everybody. Moose gets paid, Out of Darts get paid, and Howi3 gets paid, and you don't pay shipping. Like, it works for so many people.
4th party here on some of my stuff, but that's really cool. The fact that other people like my stuff so much that they have that they want to sell it and build it is really why I do this. Money's nice, it's not a lot, but the smiles I get from people building my stuff, shooting it, that's what drives me to design new stuff. Also, things that I need to exist just because it's in my head. But that
Plus
too.
selling it gives you the money to buy the hardware to build the next thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And oh my God, I just spent a bunch of money on hardware, and I hope it sells. I don't.
I'm sure Steven will buy 3.
I just in Mega and Greg tubes, I'm having 74 pounds worth of aluminum being imported that should be here sometime mid-August.
Wow.
Just because I don't want to do this repeatedly, and I don't know if it's going to exist, and if some new tariff is going to pop up that makes my life even harder. But so I'm buying probably what's going to be a year and a half worth of Mega and Greg barrels. I just got a whole bunch of barrels that work both in Greg and Bison from Bears Wares. Plus, 55 spools of filament that got to go somewhere.
I just ordered a bunch of Mega darts. I did the Mega darts the same way I did the Mega XL. I bought the darts before I bought the blaster to use them in.
Good.
I'm really hoping that the darts show up at some point. Thank you very much for sending some, by the way.
Yeah, we're talking with NF Strike. There's which is my source for the only type of Mega Dart that works really well on my blasters, and they're like, they didn't want to produce them, and they said, well, this morning I got an email talking about the opening bid needs to be 6,000 darts, which is more than I've ever even sold in the last few years. But we're just on my Discord, we've worked up an order that's going to come up to at least 8,000 last I looked.
Yeah, like I said, I just ordered 240 of them.
As long as you ordered it before I wiped them out, you should be good.
I don't think I did.
Oh.
Because I ordered them on, was it Monday? I think it was Tuesday. I was trying to order them on the Monday on the way back from Murph, and it did not work out. Their website will not load on mobile for some reason. So it was Tuesday.
There's such a weird website. I think the website thinks I'm Spanish.
Yep, same. Everything came to me in Spanish.
But I mean, they have the only good darts out there at this point. I've heard rumors of other places that are going to start making their own, simply because the fear of NF Strike running out. But I think we're going to get at least one good big batch out of them before that happens.
Yeah, that was why, I went in search of Mega XL before I got the Mammoth, was just because they're not manufactured by anybody anymore. So I managed to get 230 or 240 of those, and then I'm in Ollie's, sending you a message on Discord. I think Bear actually put us into contact with one another, and I was like, I've got this cart full of darts. I'm going to need the blaster to go with it.
I know a guy.
Well, that's the thing. I had seen the blaster before because Albie had one at Murph last year, but I didn't know who did the hardware for it or anything. So I was like, Bear, can you get me hardware for this? He's like, no, but I can get you in contact with the guy that can.
And there's where we went. I just had one of my locals went to his local Ollie's, which is nowhere near me, and wiped them out of Mega Darts or MXL darts. So I will have plenty of MXL to go with all my new tubes.
Yeah, my Ollie's has never restocked them.
Ever rushed across town?
But go look. I mean, if you can, I can give you a finder's fee on some of these things at this point.
You ever rush across town to hit up a yard sale because you saw some Mega XLs in the picture in the background on Facebook Marketplace?
Yeah,
It happens.
I,
can't say I've done that.
It's been a great
Yeah.
pleasure hanging out with you all. I had no idea what I was walking into, but you guys are great. If I come up with something new, I'll have to probably do this again. And
oh yeah, you're always welcome.
thank you.
I'll give you the at podcast role in the Discord server, and then you can get pinged every week, and then you can go like, I'm bored, I'll join, or nah.
Okay, that sounds great.
Also, when are you breaking ground on the official Shrimp Father addition to the house?
That way it's the Shrimp Father printer.
AKA the Prawn Daddy.
Yeah. That's the man.
The fact that the people you've sent my way have bought so much stuff repeatedly is truly remarkable. I'm just in awe of the number of people who just need hardware to buy their stuff, which is my favorite type of customer. I will be honest, my pricing structure on printed blasters is, please don't make me print this damn thing.
I love it.
You can buy the hardware, the filament, a Bamboo A1 for the price I will charge you to print my printed Greg.
Yeah, somebody was asking me about that actually recently, probably like 2 months ago now. They're like, because I was showing mine off, and they're like, can I just order that all built? I was like, yeah. I was like, but you could also like get into the hobby for the same price.
Yeah.
And,
you might want to do the pay in 4 on PayPal.
No, so they have gotten into the hobby. They have not printed a Nerf blaster yet, but they have gotten into the hobby. So it's a start, right? One poor financial decision at a time.
Exactly. But I mean, hey, if somebody else, as long as they don't print crap, if somebody else wants to undercut me on selling blasters, as long as your name's not Frontline Foam, because we talked about them earlier, feel free. I'll set up a deal with you. If you're buying my hardware, I don't care who you sell it to and for how much. Just buy my hardware.
Yeah, there's some amazing people in this hobby, and there's some crappy people in this hobby, in Nerf blasters and in 3D printing. By and large, they're all most of them are fantastic, right? It's just a 1% that causes a problem. Heck, I was talking about Lidl's first mate, right? The reason why I had a whole bunch of them was the girls like to set up a little booth at the end of the driveway, and they'll sell their paintings and their crafts and stuff. And they wanted some 3D printed stuff to sell out there. And I sent a little message. I'm like, hey, how much for like commercial rights? My girls want to be able to sell stuff at the end of the driveway. He's like, well, that seems like it's pretty small scale. Don't even worry about it. Just do it. And, in fairness, I've printed a couple of them and they haven't sold any, but they're there.
I sold like four or five first mates at the flea market I tried to sell at, and that was like the most of any one blaster I sold that day. They
are fun. They are an extremely fun blaster because I can plink them in the garage and not have to worry about breaking something.
Unlike my blasters, which have a bad habit of breaking shit.
Yeah.
Well,
we joked about the drywall, but
we put a dart through some drywall at your place with the mammoth.
Yes, we did.
I at one point when I was working with Moose One, I set up my chronograph and was just sitting there pumping shots into it. And I noticed there was a hole about this big with like 5 megadarts sticking out of the hole in the garage. I'm like, oh man. And then notice where they were going. Always know where your target is. Where your target is. What's beyond it.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, that's why some of us have invested in a alien target recently.
Yes,
That
yes,
sounds
it's a big
responsible.
canvas target.
Yeah, and I was using the IKEA pop-up tent,
Yeah.
like pop-up closet thing, which
Yeah.
works fantastic. And then I went down the street here, and third Thursday they have like a street fair type thing, and there was a place that it was a health and safety thing, and they were handing out CPR dummies, the training dummies.
Oh,
So there is a CPR dummy in that tent, and some people are extremely amused with it. Other people are extremely disturbed by it. But man, is it fun!
100 points, you get a dart in the mouth.
Arya can do it on command with this little Adventure Force Spectrum flywheel blaster. You can just be like, shoot it in its mouth, and it should just pop right in the mouth, and it just sticks out like it's got a cigarette in its mouth. That girl is dangerous. I don't know if you've ever seen her, but she is a 6-year-old, and she is extremely dangerous with a
3
Nerf
feet of fury.
blaster. Yes,
3
and
feet of
extremely
fury.
accurate as well, as Stephen Marchado in chat will tell you.
never trust anybody shorter than you, and I happen to be 6'4". So.
That's most of them.
I like this advice. I will start using this advice.
Yeah, you want stuff. You want your darts to go where they go. Print you one of these.
Yeah.
Bradley Phillips, like I said, he does a lot of accuracy testing. I made sure he got one of these by sending or like contacting someone in Australia to actually print it for him, with the expectation that he can sell as many of these as he wants. And apparently, it is good enough. It hangs with the new kids, which means, a group like this at 100 feet.
Nice.
My go-to for half darts has been Chance's quick string.
Yeah.
But I keep printing and testing every single new.
I want you to do a video of this versus quick string, and I want to know which one does the best with making things go where they go, where you point them.
All right, we'll put it on. We'll put it on a few blasters. 'Cause I have 1 or 12 blasters at this point. I'm having a hard time finding places to put them.
I have to sell mine just because I don't have. That's
Jim
not a problem.
Macrobot said he just ordered a Mammoth hardware kit, Moose.
Yeah, I noticed that. Just so you're aware, it's not coming until August. Also, the 800 millimeter barrels are definitely not coming until August, so you're going to be waiting. But I will get it to you, and as soon as I have them available.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the nature of things. Sometimes you got to wait for hardware to come from faraway places
In this
on
case,
very
it's
slow boats.
It's coming on a slow boat from pretty far away, and also I'm closing up shop, so so any orders
Okay.
placed right now are coming.
Okay. We've got to clarify. You're not closing up shop. You're going on summer vacation for the
Yeah.
month of July. There's a big difference. There's a big difference.
Okay, good. I am not shipping anything for the month of July. Feel free to place orders knowing that. I will get to it as soon as I can.
On sabbatical. Let the man be on sabbatical.
Yeah.
There's a reason I slipped in one last order at the end of the day today.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was having this discussion with Brad earlier today, and he's like, "All right, give me a minute."
Yeah, it's just I need time to get reset and not worry about what's in my inbox and go play Fallout with my wife. So.
Oh, Fallout.
That's right. Which
Very good
Fallout?
reasons.
Which Fallout? Because there might or may not 4. That's the one I'm playing. Millwright's playing Fallout 76.
You'll appreciate my Ontos.
Yeah. I just got Discord now with Nitro gives you free Xbox Game Pass. So I play on Xbox. That's where I own Fallout at anyway. If I get 76, I'm going to be buying it on PC. But yeah, so now I can play stuff online again. I was hoping that maybe 76 was on the list of games for that, but it seems to not be.
Yeah, I don't. I spent way too much money on that thing to.
Yeah. You need some Fallout 76 in your life. You need to come join the Heathens, my friend. And then we can talk design. I'll chew your ears off. Don't you worry.
The problem is, I don't want to play with other people. I want to play in my own little world where I don't have to worry about that. And even then, we're like playing Fallout on my PC, and she's got it on PlayStation. So we're doing it completely separately, but in the same room together. So showing off whatever we're doing.
It's cool. It's very cool, man.
We need to get a moose blaster in Fallout.
Okay.
If the
mods
get AK-50 into
Tarkov.
What is it?
Tarkov.
Tarkov. Yeah. We can get a moose blaster into Fallout.
Given that there's already Fallout blasters outside of out now in Moose's world, so yeah.
Well, then instead of you making Fallout blasters, Fallout will be making moose blasters.
Magic.
Yeah, that would be weird. Any more questions?
I just want to thank you for joining us. It's cool to pick your brain. It's also cool to find other self-taught CNC designers, and I love the energy you have, man. It's like you're such a sweet gentleman, and you come in with such a positive come play with me attitude, and I just really like that. I like seeing that with other creators. So thank you for entertaining me at least.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for everything you do for the community, both the 3D printing and the Nerf Blaster community. It's been great to have you.
Gospel of the moose.
Yeah. Jim, I would recommend you start printing now. You will need 4 rolls of your base color, 2 rolls of your primary accent, 2 rolls of your secondary accent, unless you print lightning, Greg, in which case just order it by the pallet.
Go into the Lightning Greg folder and slice that, and then cringe. It's great though.
Yeah, after your CPU cools off.
It takes my 9900K 15 minutes to slice that file, but
Yeah.
That's some magic right there. That's a thing.
Almost reminded of the old Cura days.
Yeah. How many swaps is that one?
I don't know, but the print times are a little over 6 days and 6.5 days for the 2 main prints.
Yeah.
So all of the swaps, all of them, top to bottom, every 0.2, there's a swap, or there's 2 swaps. I don't think there's any point where there's not.
That's the other thing too, Jim. If you're printing it on one machine, it's going to probably take you 2 weeks to print all the parts.
So the guy who actually made the original Greg did it on an Ender 3 with print times of it would take him literally a month of solid print time to print an entire Greg on the thing.
And the Greg uses far less filament than the Mammoth.
Yeah, I need all that plastic to look that cool. All right, it's been fun, y'all. I'm going to go get the shower in, load up the car, and I might be back on another podcast when I have the time. It was fun hanging with you guys.
Welcome.
Safe trip,
Have a good
sir.
weekend.
Good vacation.
Thanks.
Yes, have a good vacation.
Enjoy your sabbatical.
I'll do my best. See y'all.
Do you need later?
He figured it out.
Yeah. Bob, what you got going on over there? Everyone, welcome Bob, BuildOverBot, to the podcast.
Hello, Bob.
Have me on there.
How you doing, sir?
I don't have much news that you haven't seen.
There you go. Gergman said it. Now you need a high-powered blaster named the Alex, the Mammoth Alex.
Guess we have these out now. Just playing with.
Oh, hold on.
think,
Hold on. Let me get you up here on stage here.
There you are.
This
No
is the
pressure.
prototype, so there's a little bit difference on the released file, but some we're starting to play with the drink can little covers.
Yep.
Nice.
So we got a couple of those coming out. We have released all of our shelving units from Murph. No fidgets this week, I don't think. But that's seems to be the new thing we're working on here lately is these drink things. We have some requests.
I do.
Normally known for things like these fidget toys. This is printed by Liz. She brought it to me, and we've been releasing Maker Coin, our Maker chip holders. The
Oh,
pig here
nice.
that's holding in its mouth.
That's awesome.
So we got there's 4 or 5 designs of these coming out. A frog, which is my favorite. Got a frog, pig, cat.
I need a T-Rex.
T-Rex. I'm kind of anti support as much as I can, and a T-Rex I'm not sure I'll be able to do without supports. But we'll think about it.
Just the head.
Okay, I've got a question that
Okay.
has been DM'd to me during the show. So since I've got 3 people that design stuff, and not trying to take anything away from you, Brad, Jonathan, or myself here,
Yeah.
but designing stuff is not our forte.
Nope, we build it.
That has inquired on commissioning some modifications and redesign to some files, and wonders if anybody here does commission work like that.
Yes
We
and
do
no.
commission work, but I don't like to modify other people's files.
It would be fine. The original file person was just on here and told you that it would be fine to modify his file.
Yeah, that is the big question. As long as you have permission from the creator to modify, then yeah.
Yeah.
I do paid work all the time, and it's sometimes fun.
I'm pretty sure that the cut files, Boolean files, whatever, exists for the blaster that he wants done. He just wants a Western version of it.
Yeah, everything's doable.
My commissions are open, but a lot of times, like, pre-existing files and stuff don't get along with me. I'm not a Fusion designer. I'm a Tinkercad designer. But yeah, my commissions, especially because I'm trying to get to Lone Star, my commissions are super open. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, like, don't just go and grab my Ko-fi link, and say, oh, I want this done. You're gonna have to contact me because I need to see the files first. I need to see what the opportunities is, see if I can actually do what you're asking. But yeah, my commission's been open for 2-3 weeks now, and they'll be closing mid-July, maybe the end of July. But my commissions are open, yeah.
At the moment, technically, I'm not because we've got a large show coming up, and I've got some other projects we're working on to get our
That's fine.
makerspace open. So I'm not doing commissions, but normally it wouldn't be a problem for us. Just not. I've got to get the bathroom done and a few jobs done. Because I've got to get this thing open to the public.
And don't talk too loud about
Understandable.
that. I've got a marathon bathroom rebuild or build going on that you're gonna get me in trouble.
We're going to open a public makerspace, and to do that, we have to change some things to be legal bathroom wise. So that's one of our projects to do. When we had a retail store, we didn't fall under that.
Interesting thing. I walked into Walmart today, speaking of bathrooms, and the urinal had the pull lever to flush, and I haven't seen one of those in a urinal in forever. The other urinal still had the automatic one, but I guess they had an issue and replaced it with the old style, pull the lever to flush it.
Sometimes those short out, or sometimes they have like a ground fault issue where they drain the batteries too quickly. That's why you generally see them swapped out.
Yeah, it was just weird. I hadn't seen one in forever. I looked down and I was like, oh.
Nice candy
What do you
machine,
do
Bob.
with that?
Yeah, that's what he was saying. I need to fill it with candy. It's on the docket to do.
Mine's got
as
candy
far
in
as,
it. I'm doing. Get sour wheels, man. Sour wheels are the best.
yes. Well, then I'm going to eat them. That's the issue.
Well, yeah, if you
Get
don't
over
eat them, they
for
go
the candy.
bad. Put
Yes.
dice in it if you have to, but
Yeah, that
Are
would
those
probably
beaver?
work. What?
are they beaver?
Yes, actually.
Oh, you're so lucky. The beavers are the best.
That's,
I'm getting ready to do the 3D printed ones.
Yeah.
Jerry has one on his stream on Saturdays.
Gotcha machines, yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I've got a pile of persimmon over there to print it out of. Shout out to Persa for that one.
I've got a
Candy machine?
1940s chocolate candy machine that working on in the back that's going to help sell prints when we open Makerspace. Although I have thought about selling drill bits out of it, but or milling bits.
10 millimeter
so we may
sockets,
change our
maybe?
mind.
10 mil sockets!
I'm hoping we can keep up with 10 mil sockets, and I'm not opening the mechanic bay at first, at least. I'm kind of hoping the most toolkits stay intact. Again, I know that's wishful thinking. However, I'm not going to be giving milling bits to everybody because if you don't make them buy the bits for the routers and stuff, they'll trash yours and it'll cost too much.
Yeah.
I can't overcome that with the maker's
Just
space.
get yourself an ER11, call it. Just like force them down to a really small mill end. Like a 4 mil shank. That's what I use.
Well, I'll have the ability to run that size shank, but they're going to break the bits by not running it right or too much being too aggressive. If you're paying for the bits, they're going to hog out material.
Wait, you're
So
saying
we're-
1900 millimeters per second is too fast? With a 4 mil depth cut? No. Come on. Into 2x4? It can't be that bad, right?
Well, I break enough bits. I'm sure that people walking in using my equipment are going to break more.
Good point.
Just saying. So we're going to force everybody to buy their own. You can bring
Yep.
your own from home. I don't care, but mine are going to be locked up so that I can keep running my equipment.
Are you going to get a pedestal
also going to
grinder
put
for
limits on.
regrind or no?
I'm sorry.
You going to get a pedestal grinder for regrind or no?
At some point, I would like to have a basically an end mill bit sharpener set up for fixing them. But again, that's going to be expensive. Or preferably, I find an older one like the rest of the equipment. But that's a down the road problem.
When they
or
start trying to
down the road
regrind
solution.
ball mills, let me know, all right? I want to see that.
I don't know that you can do that, but
You can't. As far as I know, you can't.
Somebody-
You can't regrind a ball mill.
I think you could possibly do it with a belt grinder and because you could probably get in there with a belt grinder if you can actually
Remember,
use a.
It's only a 4 mil shank with a 2.5 mil ball. So good luck with that.
I'm not saying you couldn't do it without a microscope, but in theory, you could actually possibly do some repair on one of those with a belt grinder, because you could probably get the belt in. But again,
looked
that's a future problem.
You looked at that Bridgeport again yet?
Okay. I'm going to interject here on this ball and mill, Bert. So I was a goldsmith for 12 years.
Uh-oh. Now we're in trouble.
And you can absolutely resharpen a ball end with a diamond file, sir. You do not use the file. You just tip. And yes, it takes a long time.
Just the
Okay.
tip, huh?
Just the tip.
Yes,
That's right.
So it requires a lot less patience than sharpening 0.1 millimeter drill bits. Okay.
Thanks. I'm
a
out.
lot less.
I'm out. No, I don't want to hear it. I'm out. I don't want to hear it.
Like I can't
have
see the
sharpened,
end of the drill bit that I'm sharpening.
I have actually sharpened those with a microscope and a tool grinder. So I get that aspect, but I've never done a ball end mill. So that
Yeah.
would be new to me.
Um,
I do have the theory that you could do it with a belt.
and like the 90 degree and 45 degree burrs, you can do those as well. If you
Yeah, I'll
get,
send you all my spirals then. When my spirals
Yeah.
get dull, I'll send you all my spirals. You can spend 9 hours sharpening a spiral for me.
so what I did was I took a diamond file and put it into a hand graver handle, and just had it way down and just used it.
Oscillate
like
it, right? Yeah, yeah.
I found a bunch of diamond files that I've been buying up because we have a machine that makes the old handsaws. Back in the day, 2-man handsaws. I've got all the equipment to make those. It's vintage equipment, and we're wanting to set that up and possibly try to use it to sharpen some carbide table saws blades, just to do it to show the equipment in running. But I know it's not going to be effective. I get that. I know it's not.
When you get the reciprocating bandsaw base, Bob, come on, it'll just whine a little bit. Just oil it.
They are beautiful to watch run if you've never seen one run.
Yeah,
And
you
I
just gotta
won't
make sure you
get
don't
one of
listen to
those
them.
running properly. Yeah, they make a little bit of noise.
A little bit.
I would like to get one running without a mic next to it on a live stream sometime when we're done restoring that equipment, because it is just beautiful to watch it, because it's got levers that move levers and little balls that you hit, and they are amazing.
They're awesome
So watch the
machines. They're
old,
just old and they're loud. And
Yes.
Alex, I did my best not to run the mill during Moose was here because I tried to be polite, but I need some more milling to be done. So
just don't walk over to it and hug it.
I like hugging. It's a nice machine. It's a nice machine. It's friendly. This is for all those out there wondering what we're talking about. We're talking about, this is a wood application, but we're talking about desktop milling, which is I'm a big fan of desktop milling. I had to make this sign because my community won't stop bullying me. So
Yes, your mama was a snowblower.
your mama was a snowblower. My mama was a rototiller. Thank you very much. Alex, we got to get you a bunch of
I had to
vintage
do
machines in there with your new fancy CNC laboratory. We got to get you some legacy machines in there, I think.
I mean, heck, I've got a drill press now in my workspace here, whatever you want to call
Okay.
it.
You
Okay,
can
so
build with a drill.
I got a Harbor Freight coupon in my email, right? 25% off anything in the store. And I walked in the other day, and it was so hard not to walk out with that drill press, but it's my daughter's birthday coming up, and I need that money to buy her birthday present that she wants. So dropping like $70 on a drill press was just not in the cards, unfortunately.
I will inform you though, you can slowly mill with a drill press. You can do it. It is doable. You need an end mill, and you gotta get a gantry that moves left to right and in and out, which you can 3D print. You can do it. It just do not expect it to be cutting any standard to speed.
Yeah. Well, I need it for two purposes.
And
One, I could do limited stuff with some milling. Very limited. Most of what I need done is limited. But alternatively, I find myself needing to drill holes and stuff quite frequently. And the old lady's like, why do you need
And
this? I was like, I
straightly?
need to drill. Yeah, I need to drill straight holes and stuff all the time. She's like what? And I was like, you know what? off the top of my head, I can't tell you. I know that I did it 3 times this week, but I can't tell you what part I was doing it on. It was
Drill
like,
press is one of the most useful tools you'll ever get your hands on.
Yep.
But depending on the size of them.
Extrusions, T-bars, you
Yep.
name it,
Yep.
man.
Well, no, even
I can
woodworking
assure
projects,
you
right?
that the centerpiece of my metalworking space in the maker space will be a drill press.
Yep. They are, without a doubt, one of the most useful tools you'll ever get. They also, if you get a crappy one, will produce a ton of chatter. You just have to be aware of that.
feel free. There's a tip link in the description if you'd like to contribute to the drill press fund. Ticket expires on the 30th.
What's the Ko-fi link? Give me the Ko-fi link. I'll drop it in chat.
I don't have a coffee link. There's a tip link in chat in the description.
Now, to be fair, my drill press was built things during landing craft in World War II and the doors to the World Trade Center. That my exact drill press did it. So that's partly why it's going to be a centerpiece.
That's
but
awesome.
As it should be.
You know, because I can't take any other tool of mine and say, "Hey, it did something this cool."
Right.
You know.
Wait a minute. I noticed something's wrong with the stream.
What's that?
Alex is missing a beard, Mr. Rabideau is missing a beard, and Bob is missing a baseball cap. This is just not acceptable.
Okay. You want the story on where the beard went?
Beards and baseball caps.
So I went to trim it up, and I always I have a couple sets of buzzers, but the one set of buzzers is really convenient to use. It's right there next to the mirror on a charger, and I grab it, and I didn't pay attention because nobody else ever uses the damn things.
Oh,
but
God,
the old
guard
lady
was
had
way down.
The old lady had used it, and the guard was way down.
Oh no.
So I was like, well, we've come too far to turn back now. Here we go, boys. It'll be back in a week. So
what are we going to do? We're going to do the baby face and baseball caps? All of us have to shave our beards now because the host got rid of his? I see how this is.
It'll be back for next week.
My face,
There's not enough pay in this gig to make me shave my beard.
I'm out.
I'm out. Beards and baseball caps. That's the new name of the show.
I wasn't given the memo for the baseball caps, so
that's my bad. That is
I
on
did it
me.
because I'm not a big fan of the way the hairline looks at times like Cameron.
Hello.
And see, I don't have any cool baseball cap right now, so that kind of leaves it off.
You're gonna have to hit me up, Bob. We'll get one out of my store for you.
I bought this one at Murph specifically for the stream.
I still need a Can-Rock baseball cap. I need a ProjectsInDadsGarage baseball cap for when I show up. Jim, I see your comment. Yes, we have not done any milling of metal. It's like the big step for what I'll be doing on the stream. It's like upcoming projects. Milling custom parts for airsoft, paintball, everything. Even these blasters that Moose was talking about, there is places where you can just go in and make something real, just as an additional part. Not as a mechanical feature, but just as a highlight or whatever. I am a huge push on CNC. Oh, don't you worry. How's she do it?
A lot of our channel is going to be putting CNC equipment on vintage machines. Now, I'm not turning the drill press into a CNC machine because a CNC drill press is, in my opinion, kind of useless. And that's a special machine. I'm not going to modify it that much. Repair, yes. Modify, no.
Yeah, but CN controls are always worth doing.
I may put some, like a depth gauge or something that could be removed later on it, maybe. I'm not sure I can in that case due to other features that I'll show when I get it out next week. In fact, I'll try to make it where next time I'm in Dad's garage, I'll try to drag all that stuff out and be in the garage.
Ooh.
So see everything but the lathe. But we'll see what we can do. I've got the mill moved. The lathe I am debating on trading off, so I haven't moved it and put it in place yet. I may be getting a new lathe.
Nice.
Lathe is one of those machines.
I do not see a lathe in my future.
Lathe is one of those machines that I love. using,
The
but
lathe is
also
relaxing.
I am terrified of.
You should
It
be.
is a scary bit of machinery. It's one of the first bits of like, you know, I learned to use a hydraulic press and then a lathe.
Oh,
Right?
so you picked the most dangerous machines to learn first. Good plan.
This is what I do, man. I start like super simple, stupid, and then step 2 is all the way the fuck up here. Every time, man.
It goes along with poor decisions,
Yeah.
poor financial decisions.
It's just like Ender, week later, Voron, right?
I feel like that's the way it went.
Technically, I mean, I'll give you a
P2S
hydraulic
and then-
press is way more dangerous than people think because when you're putting
Is, yeah.
20 tons on an object and it gives,
Going somewhere. That's why they cage all presses.
So
That's why
I
they
needed
cage
to straight.
press.
I needed to learn to straighten 6-wheeler axles.
That'll do
Well,
it.
that for bending them.
That'll do it.
I mean, yeah, I got a 30-ton press back there, and it's a small press for most presses. You know?
Oh yeah. 110s.
Uh,
I've used 110s for bending shafts and stuff.
You could typically bend a shaft with a 30-ton press, but it's still, yeah.
A 6-inch shaft on a 30-ton press is not going to go very far unless you heat it.
Well, most of us aren't bending 6-inch shafts.
It's in the name. It's in the name.
It's in the name.
I don't know how to work on small stuff, only big stuff.
Same.
Is that what she said?
Oh, that is what she said, sir. Giggity.
I haven't
Uh,
used a lathe since 2006. Yeah.
We
Then-
have 2
I
lathes here
made-
currently, but I found, and I know this is going to sound weird, I found an older lathe that's beautiful that the guy's willing to trade for the one I have because mine's like 1980s model, South Bend, and he's got like a 1950s to 40s to 50s model South Bend. So I kind of want to trade it because this is prettier than mine.
You better be getting yourself a gear cutting jig, because it's going to have slop in it, Bob. You're going to have to redo the gears on it, which is fine. It's not
his
that big a deal. It's a couple of days, but still, I
It's
can tell
already been
you.
done.
Oh, has it? Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's actually perfect machine. I'm trying to get him to because he really wants ours, and he's got another machine I want, so we're trying to get him to throw that in. So
Work a
deal's not
deal,
worked
yeah.
out yet.
Yeah.
And technically, I guess mine is worth more.
Sure.
It's just this is pretty.
Yeah,
So,
Well, yeah, because you have that. Your aim is that sort of gear punk, Art Deco. Bob, can you tell everyone about your makerspace? Because we all know, like the crew knows, the Rugrats know. But could you tell everyone what's the aim and goal of Makerhouse over there, or Maker Studio?
we're making a makerspace that you walk in, and it's going to all be vintage machines that are converted to CNC. Well, some of it CNC, some manual, but it's going to be, the goal is to look like something out of Fallout. All of it 1940s or so era, and a
Field
lot of the
trip.
machines. I've got a lathe from the 1920s that we're running CNC. We're going to be converting to CNC. We've got the drill presses the 1940s. I've got a paint shaker from the 1940s. A surface grinder from the 1970s, which looks vintage enough. We're trying to basically go that route. I even have a soda machine that's going to be moved up front. That's a pre-coin mech soda machine, Coke machine. They
That's
actually
pretty
made them
nice.
before they made coin mechs. That's going to be out. As I said, my candy machine from the 1940s that's in the back that we're redoing. So essentially, that's what we're building the makerspace. To where at least the metalworking shop is all going to be vintage. But I want a theme basically, as much as I can. We may even make a line of 3D printers that look like they're that vintage.
That might be an interesting idea.
That would be cool.
So yeah, but think about the style of my files. If anybody can do it, You know, we're more of the organic style. That actually fits us to redo everything into organic, more organic shapes they would have used back then. Uh,
So
That sounds
apparently, I just received a delivery from the crew, and apparently my desk is too dark for everybody. So thank you very much to whomever sent this over.
oh, an LED light.
Apparently my desk is too dark for live streams.
Steven, I don't admit to knowing these guys.
Can we get some emotes in chat for Alex? Alex has decided to depart the stream and leave the animals to take care of it. Can we just get some W's in chat or some emotes so he so he knows?
I say we should have had a party. I mean, if you're gonna leave us,
Right? Leave the animals alone. You get what you get, right?
I mean, look at some of Steven's comments.
So Canrog, since you've been so quiet tonight,
Yes.
what's going on in the mad scientist lab over there, sir?
Well, good thing you asked. I'm the studio.
You're updating the studio, yeah? Tell us more.
Well, brand new studio. I'm moving
Mhm.
the entire thing. So this is it. This is the entire space. That's all I got. So whatever I can fit between that door and this beam that you can see right here, that's the space that I have. So I've been setting up some camera stuff for streaming. So here's my new angle. And I do have a streaming PC that you probably can't see. It's this white tower down here. So that'll be my work for the next week, setting up the streaming stuff, and then filling up the space. The one big caveat of this thing, one is the space. It's tiny. I'm used to having, if people don't know, my old workshop was a full apartment, like a big apartment. With an open kitchen, and I used the entire living room as a working space, and then I used one of the bedrooms as a storage space. And it just took over. I had too much stuff because I kept just hoarding. So I've stopped the lease on that thing, so I have until August, or the end of August, to clear out the space. And I'm going to do everything from here from now on, because this is the loft space, like the attic space in my apartment complex. So it's 4 floors down to get everything up.
I like it. I think it's really
So-
exciting.
Yeah, so today I've gone up and down those stairs 8 times. So my knees are burning, because I have to get a car for a limited time. So today I had a car, and then last week I had a car. So I have to get everything into my apartment. So right now the living room is full, and then everything has to go up here. So, but hopefully it's going to be a new start for me, because I haven't spent that much time at the studio as I wanted to, and that has caused projects to build up, and then also printers haven't been done, videos haven't been done, and having the space in the same building, just 4 floors up, is going to be way easier than having to leave the house and go a couple of minutes down the street into another apartment. And yeah, also,
I think it's very exciting.
The whole thing about this is I'm planning everything. I'm not just doing everything as I organically change. Now I know where I want things to be. I will know how I want things to be. So instead of like having my laptop on the work table, that is not an option. So I have that there. I can move all of my cameras really quickly. So if I just temporarily do that, I just need to grab the cable and I can do that. And I have
Are we going to see releases of these mounts, Canrog?
So I'm gonna have to ask the original creator, because I took this and then I modified someone else's design. The thing is that he did everything in Tinkercad, and I've transferred everything to Onshape and then beefed it up a little bit because I'm mounting a $800 camera on it and their PLA. So I've just beefed everything up a little bit. I even made it strong enough so that my portable monitor even has one of these mounts on my desk downstairs. So if I need my monitor, I can just grab it, connect it to one Thunderbolt to that laptop, put it on there, and I'm done.
That
And also-
workshop reminds me of the workshop I had when I used to do RC cars. The only difference is that mine, the ceiling wasn't even quite high enough for me to stand up in.
Ooh, damn.
Wow.
Vertical, right
Which
here,
is saying
vertical
something
space
for
isn't
those that
an
have met
option.
me.
As Alex
Yes.
is a man of stature.
So this should just tell you what, like, I need that to get up to the top. So
Don't feel
vertical
bad, brother.
space
I
right
do
here
too.
is okay.
Okay? Don't feel bad. It's okay.
So if I do this, let's do this again. So that is the entire space. I'm getting more storage. There's going to be another desk in here for my partner's little setup. She has a really tiny little setup. But I can walk to here. That's it.
That's beautiful, though. That's really exciting.
Yeah. So
Build
she's
over.
gonna get
I hope
her
you're
own-
paying attention.
She's going to get her own little desk here that I still have to make. But yeah, everything is here. I have my one set of drawers that's going to be everything. Everything under here is storage. Printer rack. There's a second floor for the printer rack and also the top. So I can fit another 10 printers in here or something. I still have more.
How do you do it? Are you going to tell us all about your lab too? Because it's Canrog's putting us all to shame here, boys. Like he's making now. Nobody wants to see what my lab looks like, so don't even ask because you're not getting a preview. But we get to see your beautiful lab there, Mr. How do you do it? Can you tell us about it?
I've got my electronics bench behind me.
All I've got for a camera.
My lab
built
is
in.
kind of hard to show because I've got a few square footage. That's not fair.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a mess at the moment, but primarily, I've got in the background back there, I've got the shelves with the printers, which what have I got? Like 7 printers going on back there. There's one in the corner over there, the Cobra. And
See, we're making
then-
maker bolts. Look
Yeah.
at that lab.
And then I got filament racks over there, and it's just a table. I'm still sorting stuff out of my old space, so I'm putting it on that table, and then I bring it in and figure out where it's going to go. And then once the table's cleared off, then I load it back up and start again.
Now,
I like it.
Is that curtain the wall that we are planning to shoot Nerf darts through?
We very well could. We very well could. There's a occupant upon the other side. It would be amusing.
I see Mr. Rabideau knew I was going to ask him next. So Mr. Rabideau, if you could show us the amazing, or show us what you're really proud of in your lab, because we're coming to you, Alex. So you better get ready, because I know your lab's a disaster.
there's the printer
No,
setup. I
this
mean,
is
there's
not.
room for one more printer up there. I mean, we can always make more room for more printers.
I'm trying to get Alex over here to help me get my space put together better.
And then Mr.
There's
Alex
a lot more.
of Projects in Dad's Garage, could you please show us the amazing work in your laboratory? That would be amazing.
Yeah, let me see if I can. If I can get this camera to connect.
Oh, there's the drill press from Mr. Rabideau, hiding over in the corner.
It decided to. Gonna love this camera at times.
Is that an Ozbot?
Yeah.
Is that a Me 6 or a Me
I
5?
don't need stage manager.
There we go. Maybe
Burtek, that is okay. There is nothing wrong with. We just like to see creatives and see what we're doing. You're not getting a preview of my lab, so don't even ask.
Come on.
Here's my.
Some of us, I mean,
My main
Like
camera now.
me, I kind of almost embarrassed
I like
by
that
the amount of
camera mount.
space I have. But everything in life is a trade-off. You have to work with what you got, you know.
Yeah.
There you go. There's
All right. Well, it won't let me connect to my iPhone camera. Normally, it's like sitting here connecting to my phone camera all the time. But so over here is the normal streaming area. Centauri Carbon on the bottom.
That's the build table.
Yes, it's the build table. Then we got refrigerator, chest freezer.
Well, hold on. There's something interesting underneath that printer. What do you got going on over there, sir?
So that is LTX's turntable, Lazy Susan. It's big enough for a 350 printer to go on it. Actually, a little bit bigger than 350 can go on it, so it can just spin it around.
I got one of those downstairs. I need to carry it up.
And then over on this side, we've got a wall of printers, just printer upon printer. On top of the chest freezer over there is a CR10, but that box over there, I thought, was it last night? I thought I was going to get to put that up. It's a 6 foot long, 2 foot deep, 72-inch tall, like heavy duty shelf to add in over there. But it started to downpour on me right as I was getting ready to start. So hopefully by next week, that'll be put up. I just need to figure out where I'm putting filament because I've already got an entire rack over there of filament. I've got racks and racks of filament over there. I started trying to process through like some of the partial spools.
Yep. Running tails is always a good idea.
That way I could clear out some of the spools and stuff.
that's how I ended up with the rainbow bar on my drawer fronts on my arch drawers.
At some point here, I'm hoping to figure out this car situation so the car's not in the garage anymore. One way or the other. Hopefully it's in a positive way, but we'll find out.
Is
Of
your
course.
racking like pallet racking style that you're wanting to put up?
So it's heavy duty like pallet racking. So if you've gone in the Menards, they're real heavy duty racking pieces that you can buy like individually. It's like that, but it's Maker's Mark, which I guess comes from
Sam's
Club. Yeah. But it's that real heavy duty style stuff. There's actually a guy here in town that racks, but deep or 42 inches, I think is what they are. Is 42 inches deep or something. And I just don't have room for it. Plus, he doesn't. So I got tall ceilings. They're just under 10 feet, but each upright for that is 10 feet, and they won't fit. So I would have to, cut them down. Good excuse to buy a bandsaw, but,
Let me see if I can turn my camera around and I can show the excuse some of the mess here.
There's a reason I didn't show you my bench I'm sitting at.
It'd look really good in my shop. A Centauri Carbon 2. It looks so good in Brad's.
Oh, man. I tell you what, for a cheap printer, that thing is amazing.
I'm looking at.
Okay.
Too,
Wow, it's not wanting to.
There's our boy Piled. If you guys don't know, Piled just released an update to Piled 3D compiler, so very exciting.
Standard mode.
I've not heard of this. Somebody please send me a link to it.
I will get it for you right now.
What are we talking about?
Oh,
Apparently Piled has some software.
Yeah, Piled 3D, if you don't know, is this a brilliant designer from the UK. There's actually a sale right now on his Steam Summer Sale. Let me get the link. I will put it in private chat and I will put it in main chat. So this is Alex. Here you go. Oops, wrong one. Oh, yeah, sorry, I didn't see your notice. I'll make sure that I do that moving forward.
This is basically there's pallet-like racking there that the printers are sitting on facing the other way. That goes down. It's a mess because we're trying to clean up and reorganize, but that would be our makerspace. That's the end wall's probably 40 feet away from me, right there. That's just this room too.
That's Bob's
Not
got quite the lab going. Quite the lab.
not jealous. Not jealous at all.
No, my eyes aren't going green. Not at all.
That's yeah. That's also just this one room. Maybe turn this back around. Outside through that door there goes to the CNC room and another office. The door I just panned by is my office. And
So did this?
we have another shop.
So did this start out as like a workshop for you that you're now converting into a makerspace? Did you buy /
I had a
rent the
retail
facility? Okay.
This used to be a lumber yard and a hardware
Okay.
store. This
Okay.
is a hardware store section. The hardware store section was 65 foot by 120 foot, 2 stories. That's where we're at now. 2 stories for half the building. I have another blacksmith shop, which is probably 40 by like 60 or something like that, somewhere around there. That one's in the back, and then I have that one's even got a belt system in it that we have to rip out. Then there's another building that's my garage, 120 feet or so by 45 feet, somewhere around there. Add up all the mezzanines and floor space, we have around 30,000 square foot here.
Holy cow.
So that's
So when you say belt drive, are you talking about like old school wheels, leather belts?
Gang shaft.
yes, gang shaft.
So I love it. So our farm back in Jersey had one of the outbuildings had a setup for that, and then the old lady was getting her dress tailored, her bridesmaid dress last summer for her sister's wedding, and we go over here and it's tailor seamstress / dry cleaners, and all the dry cleaning equipment is still running on that old
Yep.
equipment, and I was like, oh my god, I want a tour. You got to show me this. And the old lady is working in there, just like, huh? What do you mean? I was like, this is awesome. I've got to see it. And they're like, well, we got to find out from the owner if you're allowed to go back there. I was like, well, let's please call whoever the owner is, because I've got to see this. I took some video of it. They asked me not to post it because of,
Yeah. Privacy.
but yeah, but man, is it super cool. I love seeing that stuff. And right?
Yeah.
It's from the mid to late 1800s, and it's still working to this. They don't
Yeah.
build stuff like that anymore.
Well, there's not enough
The
millwrights to
older
build it
equipment
anymore.
is also stylish. I mean, I've got a leather sewing machine, probably the 1950s, that's over there to be redone. A bunch of things from the 1940s and 30s. Even my server rack, which you couldn't see up there, was from the 1940s. But I know it's not really a server rack, but it is. It was the original radar system for the America when they right after World War II, where they put radars and transmitted the data back.
Mhm.
It was the project box for that. I got a hold of one of those.
Yeah. So, who here wants to do a field trip out to Build Overbot's shop?
Yeah.
There's
I
rumors.
think we all do.
There's rumors, but I think there's something that maybe you need to hint at, sir, happening in October.
Me or
You, yes, sir.
October's not me. August, I might be doing. So, I have been about every 4 months hosting Maker Meetup here, and August should be our next one. It's a little bit out from 4 months from our other one, but rep rap season being what it is. and holidays and stuff. People doing stuff during the summer. But yeah, I think October is KB3D, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
Yeah. Build Over Bot, when is yours?
I have to get a bathroom to where it's publicly available before I can actually have a meetup, and then I will. Because
Listen,
that's when I'm
sir,
going to dox myself.
all you got to do is plant a tree, and we are good.
Oh, I've
Legally,
warned him.
I need more than that.
I've warned him that as soon as he's accepting applications to come join and stream and produce content at MakerHouse, that I will be putting my name into that hat. I'd also like to put my name into the Rugrats crew meetup at ProjectsInDadsGarage, if that's possible.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Everybody's welcome.
Yep.
We've been
Open
collecting
call.
equipment for years, so we will have an open house and we will be available. I don't know how many people would show up here because I'm in the middle of nowhere. But
Where are you at?
to dox
Roughly?
myself as much as I'm willing to, look up Garden of the Gods in Illinois, and that's where I
you
am.
are-
Bob,
are
you
not-
could have just said Illinois.
You are not far, sir.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I'm at.
So if anyone wants
So-
to submit their assistance for driving and taking care of me in case I need to go to the hospital, of course, make sure that you reach out because I will need a local guide to visit these lovely events.
Listen, if you come here, the good news is that the hospital is within walking distance of the house.
If you come here, the hospital is within flying distance at best.
Gergman, I do not have an exact date hammered down. I gotta sit down and talk to everybody that normally comes. If you're interested, let me know and I'll add you to the Discord channel for the meetups. But mine is Central Ohio area, so I know that RJ will be flying in from Florida.
Yeah, Bob, we're just a couple hours south of Chicago.
Then you're probably within driving distance because I'm 6 hours about south of Chicago,
Yep.
roughly.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
used to
I get down that
work
way
in
once in a while
Chicago.
for work.
Yeah. I mean, we're known for camping, so I guess if people wanted to camp around here, that's fine. But you want a hotel? Good luck.
You
There
might
aren't
find
any
what
in
a
the
Roach
county.
Motel.
Oh no, there's not even a Roach Motel in the county. I mean, there's not.
Wow.
There's nothing here.
So we all meet up at Brad's house. And then we
Pitch a tent
know.
somewhere.
it's just start a convoy, and then it's fires and camping. Everybody loves camp. Everybody
I
loves a
can't
bonfire.
camp. I'm sorry, guys.
I mean, if we're car sleeping, we'll definitely bring the Rogue and not the Fiesta.
So who's gonna pick
And
me
we
up?
might need some battery packs for some CPAPs.
Oh man, no doubt.
So I tried it the other day, and I can confirm that I can completely stretch out on the seat of the caddy.
Oh, I bet.
Listen here. I'm 6'2" and 220 pounds, okay? Let's be real. Car sleeping is not an option for a man of my stature.
Have you heard of the fetal position, sir?
That's the position I'll spend the day in if I sleep in a car.
See, you guys all travel, but like in my case, most of the vehicles I drive have the fuel economy of 0. So I can't afford to drive anywhere.
That's the Cadillac. That is the Cadillac, yes. Can confirm.
One of the vehicles I drive around gets 7 miles to the gallon.
The Caddy's not much better. The Caddy is not much better.
I sold the truck, so I can't complain. Now my worst gas mileage I get's about 26 out of the road.
My big truck gets 16, but the F1 that I drive a lot only gets like 7.
Yeah. Yeah, I think my Titan I had was about 16.
I'm in a
What?
very different world.
Yeah.
My Nova got between 1/4 and 7 miles to the gallon, depending on how nice you were being.
Yeah, that's
That's being nice. I mean, the purple and white truck that I put pictures in your Discord of that I drive a little bit anymore. It was built by Stuart Haas Racing.
yeah.
We
I
detuned
read
it to get
that.
7 miles to the gallon,
Yep.
and that's if we're nice. But it's very difficult to keep it under 60 miles an hour. So
Yeah, it's probably not the most street mannered with that with that setup.
it's not, but it doesn't have
Yeah.
seatbelt.
Doesn't have to.
I know, but still, it makes you a little nervous driving 60 mile an hour with a truck built in the 1940s with no seatbelts.
You still got a solid front axle under that?
No.
Okay. Yeah, that shouldn't be too terrible then.
I'm going to be honest. It should probably make the people driving around you more nervous than it makes you.
Probably.
You know, it's kind of like driving around in an Abrams. You know,
Add a couple of spark coils to the
I
exhaust
don't
pipe
think
and blow
people
the
think of
flame out
that,
the back.
but I will say everybody notices that truck.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
It's a good looking truck.
It'd be hard not to.
You know,
And
when
with,
you pull
with
into
that
a
motor
place
build, I
like-
bet it sounds phenomenal. Yeah.
Stevie
Oh, it
Wonder
does.
said that it looked great.
I mean, we stopped at a restaurant the last weekend when I was driving it, and the restaurant shut down while everybody walked up to the front door to look at it.
Yep.
Wait
I
till
don't
the
doubt it.
employees went back to work.
I don't doubt it.
So, but yeah, I don't have anything that gets good gas mileage because I don't drive anywhere. I work here.
Yeah.
I've worked here all my life, or the last 15 years since I've owned the place, or better than 15 years.
So are you going to be at 3D Printopia?
Probably not, budget wise. Most of my money's going into these projects. In fact, I've got projects on the docket that I can't afford, so I need to get other ones done and try to sell some stuff off. So I'm not going to be, unfortunately, investing in 3D Printopia.
I didn't know.
I'm not gonna
I
ask for
figured you
GoFundMe.
probably weren't. I figured you probably weren't going to be getting a table or whatnot, but I didn't know if you were just going to go for the
Event.
If I could afford to, I would, but I'm not going to be. I'm fortunate enough that I feel bad as far as like doing anything like GoFundMe or something to go. Because let's be real, my place makes everybody jealous anyway, so it's not fair for me to do stuff like that. And that's the only way I could afford to do it would be right now, and keep the makerspace thing open. I got to keep a budget to run it for a year.
Yeah.
Is what my goal is. Because otherwise it won't make it.
So,
No.
you say you're in the middle of nowhere. How is that going to work out? Most maker spaces are in kind of metropolitan areas, you know?
The goal is to manufacture stuff here and get to where once everything's going, we make stuff in here and try to sell it on Etsy to pay for the upkeep of the place. We've got other things we can do that we got contracts and stuff that we're doing to pay our bills. So if we can get just the basic upkeep, insurance and stuff like that going through here and through sales of products we make, then we'll be able to keep it open. The benefit is the place is paid for, so there's no rent.
Just property
Utilities to
taxes.
keep under control. Yeah, all I gotta do is pay property taxes, utilities, and cost of living type deals, and I can actually survive. So that's the reason we think it'll make it.
That's awesome.
I've got lower expenses. Like this place in the city, you couldn't afford that. And this be $1 million building
Yeah.
in the city.
Ha! 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 I laugh at your $1 million building. Ha! I live in Vancouver, friendo.
Yeah.
For $1 million, you can rent enough space to put your M&M machine. That's about it.
You're not off. You're not definitely off on that one.
I mean,
Remember, I have been
technically,
trying
my
to
house
get a
plan-
makerspace to work outside of the main city. I've tried looking at events and planning to have something so we can all have a lovely meetup, inspired by the story of Murph, right? Because that's all a very humble beginnings sort of thing, right? And let's just say it's I'd have to become a bank robber to make that happen.
For those that don't know, Maker Millwright, if he moved out of Vancouver, would actually be richer than Bezos and Musk combined. But
It's
because
true.
he has to rent that little apartment. You know.
I mean, like here, I could actually host something like Murph if I could get the housing. If people could.
There's no
find it or
housing for
pay it.
Murph.
Yeah.
Burning
Like Murph
Man
is
3D.
Airbnbs, it's hotels, it's RVs. That's what it is.
But
It's
that's
now
what
I
he's
know.
saying. He doesn't
Yeah.
have that.
That's what he's referring to.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that. My apologies.
Yeah, so his space
I mean,
is
we're talking like you can't get an Airbnb for 20 miles.
We're talking Burning Man 3D.
Yeah. That's what
Yes.
this would be.
Yes, it has to happen. Now that it has been spoken, it must happen.
Once
Get
the
some
captain
outhouses
gets the
and tents.
wait a minute. Once the captain gets the RV, we might be all set. Once the captain gets the RV, they can sleep.
Listen,
like
I
This
can't
would be
I
Burning
can't
Man
sleep with
3D.
all you CPAP guys. I can't do that. I'd never get a lick of sleep. So I understand you boys are excited, but I ain't. No, it's a hard no.
It just makes a gentle breeze.
What we need is somewhere to put up tents, a food truck, and some lavatories, and that's it.
Correct.
Yes.
We don't
Yeah.
even need a
That's
food
range,
truck.
but-
We just need people with like the backpack barbecue
Camping
grills. I've got one. It's going to be fantastic.
And,
Yeah, we
and
need
Cap,
some camping
Cap had a
stuff.
dozen cans of Axe body spray sent to him like a few months
Oh,
ago. So
gross. Gross. Don't include me in this chaos. Gross.
shower in a can.
we might not want the taco truck. That might lead to some problems.
I mean, we have a campground or less than probably 500 feet away.
Perfect.
So,
That's a good start.
that's
You're running into dangerous territory, Bob, because the community believes and supports you, my friend.
There's going to be a maker event hosted at his facility he knows nothing about. And so that morning when everybody starts pulling in,
Have air mattress, will travel.
Just remember, the second I get that invite, you know me, I can't keep a secret, so he better be ready.
So I'm this big, and that's what I need to sleep. Okay? That's it. That's all I need.
We got a 2-room tent, K-Rog. You're covered.
I got a giant A-frame tent. We're good as long as I do it in, not the winter.
Yeah.
So back when I lived alone, I slept on one of those military cots for 3 years until my parents bought me a bed because they said it wasn't good enough. It was good enough.
They were right.
I slept on an IKEA for the first couple of years I was here, till I got a girlfriend. I slept on an IKEA single, and I'm so big it would deform the frame, and I would fall through the bed.
That's hilarious.
But in the meantime, my lab grew almost exponentially. Till my dad moved to town, I did not have a bed at all. It was. I'm not one for personal comforts, but since the car crash, things got to be a little bit softer on me if you want me to be in a positive attitude.
So the bed turned into a millwright taco.
Listen. It was delicious. I'm sure people wanted to see it. Snack worthy, as they say.
See, that's what is the problem here. We were planning on building a house upstairs. We got the bedroom and master bathroom built, and then we started working on the garage, and we never have gone back.
See? And that's what I'm telling you, Bob. I've told you, content creation is gonna be wild at Maker Studio. I guess is the new name for it, isn't it?
That's what we've been calling because we wanted to make sure everybody knew there were going to be cameras in here. So we figured to make our studio. But yeah, this if I can technically get content going, I'd probably build an entire house upstairs because that's all available to build.
I'm telling you, man,
I've got the space.
there's enough disabled, crutchy old men and women in our community that I'm sure we can put like at least a couple of 2x4s up.
I got to be able to pay for all that too. That's the problem.
That's why we make content, sir. That's why we all make content. And if you missed the video, if you missed the last event this week, this Wednesday, Alex hasn't been pumping it, but this Wednesday, Alex had the incredible, the generous, and the interested Jonathan Levy aboard with sponsorboard.io. Is that IOX?
Yep.
Yes.
Who has decided, in his infinite knowledge, to assist smaller creators in getting sponsors and developing their ability to be self-paid creators. So if you've missed that, that's a video you need to go back and watch because I cannot believe how kind he is and how open he is to ideas. So. And I'm telling you right now, Home Depot would be just loving that.
Oh, the
Oh, I thought you wanted straight lumber.
I don't judge. Hey, we don't judge around here.
True. That's true, because some of the lumber at Home Depot, not very good, is it?
Man, if you're building a rocking chair, that is your place.
Actually, the one I'm trying to figure out a budget for is I want to put an AI system in the old radar cabinet.
Listen, we got to worry about camping and RV spots, Bob. Once that all happens, man, you are going to be the mecca for builders, and it's going to be a problem.
I've got one RV spot. We'll have to work on more. Well, actually, there's 4 here. See,
Need about 6 power poles for the CPAPs.
Bert Tech, I'm in Vancouver.
That was the joke of Murph, was us having to be without CPAPs the first night.
Oh, yeah, you guys suffered, didn't you? That was fun. Yeah, we did not have problems at the Airbnb, I'm telling you right now.
Saturday morning, man, we're all
we've
dead
got
on our
600
feet.
amps, so
There you go.
Power is not an issue here. Most houses don't run bus bars like I've got.
No,
Listen,
most houses
I got
are 100
50 amps in my studio, Bob. 50 amps. We're gonna put a boys to work.
I got
Boys
50
and girls to work.
amps behind me.
I dislike you strongly.
I need more power out in my garage.
So this room has 16 amps, but it's 240, not 110.
Yeah,
you
so
guys,
it's what, closer to 40 amp, right? Or 40, yeah, something like that.
When you guys saw my Trident behind me, there is just to the left of it is 2 100 amp panels.
I dislike you both.
That's part of the reason for this being back here, because I'm next to the power.
Don't feel bad. So, Brad, speaking of,
Yeah.
put clamp meter to work.
Yes, sir.
Without all of my printers printing,
Uh-huh.
just with a couple of them, and with, the dryer and the stove on, I checked, and I was pulling 80 amps on one leg and 60 some on the other.
Holy crap, you are overloaded to shit.
Yeah, on a 100 amp service panel.
Yeah, well, you maintain that 80 for too long, you'll trip your main, because 80% of the load is the sustained
Not peak,
capability.
not non-peak, yeah.
Well, it's all starting to make sense why all the lights in my house go.
Oh, when you get a little bit of brownout, eh?
So it wasn't that Indian burial ground in your backyard after all.
No.
Dun, dun, dun.
No, none of my family buried back there yet.
Yet. Who doesn't want a family burial? Come on now.
Oh,
I don't.
Your lady's very mad at me because I want to be cremated.
Me too.
There it is.
Me too. Throw a couple of M80s in there in the jar. Shoot me out of a pumpkin chunker up in the sky. That's my idea of a farewell.
Well, I grew up, and at the end of the street was a giant cemetery. The But I spent a lot of time in there. It's a lonely place. Like, uh, you know, last thing I want to do is get put into the ground and forgotten for eternity. At least as I'm cremated, those that cared about me will keep my ashes around until they're gone, at least, And then, grandkids or whatever, or great grandkids will be like, oh, what was this? And toss me in trash, I'm sure. But, until then,
Depending on the day, they might just have me as the litter box. That's why I'm getting shot out of a pumpkin chunker. So.
That's especially if it's
Listen.
probably up to your ex-wife.
You're gonna be all invited to my burning boat adventure, and you're all welcome to join.
Can we shoot the arrows?
As long as you're a good shot. Yep.
The Viking
I know-
funeral, eh?
I know
You
a
burned one on a
6-year-old.
So we're getting up
My
to
goal is to not take up
2.5
real estate.
hours.
because
It's 3:30 for me.
Oh, yeah.
Many of us
I
do.
need to head out.
Yeah. We are half hour over time. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out in chat with us. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on the stream. Build Over Bot. It was great to have you, sir. You're welcome anytime. Canrog, always a pleasure. Brad, Millwright, Jonathan, love you guys. You know it. Let everybody, if you got any socials or anything you'd like to shout out, we'll go around and let you shout those out. We'll start off with you, Bob.
Probably the best way to find my socials is builtoverbot.com under links, because we have our own basically domain. In process of moving it, but we still have all of our links off of that. You can also find our files on Things, printables, some on MakerWorld, but mostly under memberships. So we're easy enough to find.
Awesome. Canrog, over to you, sir.
So, if anyone wants to do something with CAD, check out my YouTube stuff. And I try to inspire people to design, learn how to use CAD to better your life, have fun with 3D printers. I design them, and yeah, working on a new studio. So if people like that kind of stuff, then check it out.
Brad.
Well, as you guys already know, I don't create any content or anything. I just write on coattails and hang out with you guys, build the stuff that you guys create, etc. As example, I got the Delta Flyer right over there in process at the moment. Yes, sir. And so currently I'm working on some customized Fallout themed Ontos. Did Moose's 31K as the Helsing. I've got his bear on the way. I've got the Delta Flyer going. I got another NG put together that's I'm building for my other half. That it'll be a twin to mine, only in a couple of shades of purple with a girl dinosaur on it, so a boy dinosaur. And I just like hanging out with you guys.
All right.
I'm Maker Millwright from the Free Heathen Workshop. I am a professional live streamer and designer. My specialty is CAD. I work in Tinkercad to help you bring whatever your dreams are to reality. Simple, straightforward program where you maintain the selling license and the operational license of your own products. I do all types of desktop CNC. Right now we're working on desktop milling. We're also doing some 3D printing. We like to use machines that are different than typically what you see. I just have several new designs that I'm about to process out. Please check me out on MakerWorld. Please check me out on Thangs. You can see me 4 days a week between 1 p.m. and extended periods of time on Twitch on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Today's Friday, sorry. Sunday will be Whip Sunday. Please join us to show off your work in person work, as well as I am live on Wednesdays for Work Wednesday on YouTube. Very grateful to be here with Projects Dad's Garage. Thank you so much for having me, Alex. I want to shout out to Moose, Misplaced Moose. Thank you again, Mr. Moose, for walking us through it all and making everything so creative. I am so grateful for all of these opportunities, and please check me out. Check out my downloads. Again, you can subscribe to me over on Thangs, and there's freebies throughout the web. Just Google The Free Heathen.
Mr. Rabideau.
Let's see. Jonathan, currently not streaming, but that may be changing in the future. Stay tuned.
Fun times, fun times. And I, of course, am Alex, Projects in Dad's Garage. You're here on my YouTube channel. If you haven't already, please hit like, subscribe, come back, check us out again next week. We do this every week, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fridays. And then I do projects throughout the week, streaming, building stuff. Come check us out. Thanks, everyone.
Dave, lots of